Welcome to the final part of the series. Walk the Lonesome Road. Welcome to scenic hell! Population me! Believe me, I despise this place. I loathe it with every fiber of my being. But I did say I was going to do this, now didn't I? And I'm not going to be called a coward who backed out at the last minute. Behold, the only follower we will have in this entire series. Eddie. Awaken my minion. Awaken and rise. Now, this DLC is incredibly heavy with dialogue. I am cutting out basically all of it. Because, no, it's not relevant to the challenge. This is a great DLC for narrative, and for just sheer combat difficulty, as this is a good demonstration of. But this is not a narrative video. I'm not... Like, if you want the story of Lonesome Road, you can either find it or play it for yourself. Like, I highly advise playing it for yourself at least once. Like, I don't like The Divide, but I do like Lonesome Road. If you're wondering why I didn't ask the question, can you beat Fallout New Vegas using only Lonesome Road, using only the Abeline Kid LE BB gun? You read the title. You saw the thumbnail. This is part of a playlist of videos with this theme. Like, I assume you knew what you were getting into coming in. But the question, I guess, was asked 2.5 minutes into the video. Ha. Ah, the Tunnelers. An enemy I loathe. Genuinely, one of the reasons I don't replay Lonesome Road very often. This is actually my second time playing this DLC. And I challenged myself to beat it using only a children's toy. The things I do for content. Oh, this is the end of the series anyway. So I do hope you enjoy. I genuinely do. And because I have yet to whore out and ask this in a video yet, please like, comment, and subscribe. They're genuinely very appreciated. Like, I'm not pulling your leg. I'm not lying. I genuinely appreciate all you guys who actually stick around to watch the videos. You're awesome. Hopefully, the quality continues improving as I figure out how, and eventually get things like computer upgrades, but that's going to be a while. My budget for all of this is free. This is one of, if not the longest point of uninterrupted gameplay footage in the video. Only left out pauses when I had to go do stuff. This fucking highway. I was going to cut it short, do a fun little count, but no, even rewatching the footage, I'm still fucking scared. This was the single most stressful part of the run. Like, I'm just telling you all now. This was the most stressful section. The death clause. I'm almost tempted to fire up the game right now and do a victory lap. Maybe take some stuff into Quarry Junction and just see what I can do, but no. This character has done everything I set out to do. I don't intend on playing this character again. This fourth video is enough. Because this is the last of the DLC you can legitimately take this weapon into. You cannot take it into Dead Money. You cannot take BBs into Dead Money. And I don't feel like cheating them in. Because that's not the spirit of the run. The spirit is someone being crazy enough to take on the Mojave with a children's toy. Building up from the previous challenge for the next one. We're using armor from Honest Heart, headwear, and some perks obtained in the Old World of Blues. And now we're taking on the Divide, the hardest location in the entire game. Dead Money breaks that sense of progression for me, because you lose everything. Everything is stolen from you at the start. And that's just not something I want to do. I don't like Dead Money. Just straight up. Survival horror is not a genre I enjoy, and especially not in my Fallout. I'm not going to say it's bad. I just don't like it. So I highly doubt I will ever make a video in Dead Money. For the sole reason I don't like it. Yeah, that's it. That's the real reason for why no video in this series for Dead Money. I don't like it. I hate its gimmicks. I hate the cloud. I hate the radios. Especially the fucking radios. They're the worst part. Because it's trial and error. And you're constantly screwed of resources until you get to the hotel's casino and get to the point where you can gamble. And even then, only if you have a high luck do things become easier at that point. Just, no. I refuse. And not even from I am scared. Like I said in last week's video about doing this. But in I do not hate myself enough to do that. Like, runs like this are an exercise in masochism already. And I am not enough of a masochist to play through Dead Money willingly. Not even for the achievements. I would rather my achievements page remain forever unfilled than get some of them. Bonesaw. The only of the named marked men I included the fight with, just because this is how all of them went. It is. This is how they all went. Like this. Don't you just love the smell of atomic fire in the morning? Just breathe it all in. That's good nuclear Armageddon. Now it's time. Tidal or elevator. I left this in unedited because this is the single worst part of the run for this kind of build. An enclosed space with enemies pouring in melee range. Alright, we have 2 endurance and yep, just 2. That's it. That is the limit of our endurance. We are close to the end now. Largely because I completely cut out the 3rd recording session because nothing interesting fucking happened. Well, we're just about done with the elevator now. And now it's time for the final boss fight in all of Fallout New Vegas. Here's where the question will be answered. Welcome to Ulysses' Temple. The end. This is attempt number 1. You could probably guess by me going in at the furry raw. This does not end well. Trying to raw dogging the mangy mutt with all 10s and specials. It does not end in one's favor. Well, it's funny. I invested perk points into VATS, but I got no use of VATS at all through the run, outside of a few small attacks. And now it is time to take Ulysses down properly. The answer to the question is, as with most weapons in the game, yes, you can beat Fallout New Vegas Lonesome Road using only the Abeline Kid LEBB gun. You can, but why would you want to? Please, I encourage challenge runs, and this one honestly wasn't very long. But please don't do this. Not this run. Choose another one. Choose love. And we'll leave out with Ulysses' final message.
Last tape, last message. In case you best me. If you're hearing this, you have, through blood or word. This message and all that lies with it. It is for you, courier. If you want to know the why of things. This world, I've walked a good part of it. I stopped only because of you. What you did gave me pause. Long ago, I crossed the Colorado, the first among the Legion to see Hoover Dam in all its glory. An old world wall, yet bridging two sides. And beyond it, a symbol of a two-headed bear. An idea great enough to challenge Caesar himself. Might kill him taking it, whether he won or lost. The bull needs to fight, needs the challenge. Without it, it falters, dies in the dust. Might be a lesson there, in you and me. Leave the thought behind the message to you. My message is this. The destruction that has been wrought at the Divide, or elsewhere, if you couldn't stop me, it can happen again. It will keep happening. If war doesn't change, men must change, and so must their symbols. Even if it is nothing at all, know what you follow, courier. Just as I followed you to the end. Whatever your symbol, carry it on your back and wear it proudly when you stand at Hoover Dam.